What's up? What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Connect 0007 podcast. And I am your host, Thaddeus Sims. And this particular subject, I am excited to really share. I definitely feel as though there's going to be one or two things you're going to get different from this if you've already heard about the power of association. So be on the lookout for that. Now, before diving into this, of course, I have to share my fun fact. Now, a group of hedgehogs is called a prickle. And I really got excited about this like a kid because I love Sonic the Hedgehog and I love Shadow the Hedgehog. I actually named my dog before this dog. I named him after Shadow. And I was just sitting here thinking, like, when I talk with friends, do I tell them there's this game about a prickle that I just love playing? And I'm probably saying this so wrong, but I just got excited that I didn't care. I was just like, I love this game. It's about a prickle and or it's about prickles. I don't know. But I don't know. It just made me feel so excited that I was jumping up and down like inside, like as my inner kid. I don't know, my inner kid. It was just great. I was just like, oh my gosh, a prickle. It's just so funny. Prickle. But anywho, all right. Diving into this, I divided this particular podcast in 5 sections, or 5 parts. And I'm just going to go through this. And I definitely feel as though, some of this you probably heard. And I know there's others that I'm pretty sure you may have. I haven't experienced this in my world, so I just wanted to talk on this. So, first thing, when it comes to the power of association, is you have to know what you're trying to achieve. So this is your landmark, so to speak. If you're going on a trip somewhere, let's just say you're going out of state. Let's just say you wanted to go up north somewhere, and it's pretty cold right now. Okay, I'm going to need a jacket. I'm going to need a few supplies, some thermal clothes, things to keep you warm, and also whatever it is you're doing up there, you're going to need some funds, whatever it is. Because you're going on the trip, you are currently aware of the things that you're going to need for that trip. So that's the same with the association part. You're going to want to know, for example, you may want a better quality of life, and if you do, let's stick with that. Let's just say you do want a better quality of life. You're going to need to know and define what that is. You want more positivity. You want more peace. And if that is what it is that you want, then you're going to need to get around more people who are positive. And you want to get around more people who have that peaceful nature and that vibe. Those are things you're going to look for now that you know this is what I want, this is what I need, the people who have this. Because you can associate with those people and it adds that quality to your life, right? All right. So second part, like I just said, you need to get around people who have or represent what you need. Like I said, with the peace and like I said, with the positivity. Those are different things. Now, if you want to learn about the positives, again, you're going to want to get around that person and ask them, what do you do to stay positive? Because for me, and just be honest, people do this or this happens, or when this happens, I get emotionally, blah, blah, blah. Share what it is. The person can say, oh, yeah, I go through that too. But what helped is this book, or there's this person that I follow on YouTube, or subscribe to their channel, Instagram, whatever it is. They may say I do affirmations. They may say I write stuff down. Some people just say, I may go to the gun range and shoot the things that I feel that bothers me. And I just feel great. I release it. And when they say shoot the things, they just imagine, not actual person, but, imagine like, okay, when I shoot this target, this is, stress at work, pow, funny stuff like that. So everybody's different, but they can share something with you that can help you with that positivity that you're trying to gain. And, switch it over to someone who's more peaceful. You you may meet someone and everyone else can be either, or they can be, and when I say, I mean like when you get around them, it's just like, okay, this person's way too uptight, or this person is very sporadic, or they need to stay over there. But you meet someone who's have that Zen vibe to them, ask them, dude, I get you're very Zen. Like, what do you do? Oh, man, I meditate or things like that. My attitude on life is just different, man. And it's just how I look at it. There's these different things that you can get when you ask these people these questions. So talking with them and associating with them more, they can share things and it helps you out, right? All right. We knew that, right? We already knew that already. Okay, tell me something I don't know, right? All right. Third part is you have to add value to these people you associate with and not just take. Why? Because people can sense that and may not want to associate with you later on down the line. Now, some of you may be cocking your head to the side or thinking, do I add value to other people? Because yes, we do want to associate with these people. And yes, we know the qualities that they have, so we need to get around them. But what you need to do for yourself is you need to add some value to the person. Now, why do I say that? Again, they can sense these things. And if you want to learn from these people and associate with them more, it might be good that they want to associate back with you, right? So here's a few things to add some of that value to them. Listen and apply to what they say to you. This person may say, hey, I go do this to remain in a positive situation. Find something that you do to keep you in a positive vibe instead of saying, oh, that sounds good. Or, I might need to work on that or whatever. And you don't do it. And when you talk to this person again and you tell them, hey, yeah, I heard what you were saying. I haven't done it yet, but it sounds nice. Now, if you keep going to the person and you're not applying what they're saying, this person's going to say, okay, why do I even need to keep telling you stuff? And you're not going to apply it. Like you're wasting my breath. You're wasting my oxygen, for me to just inhale to tell you something that you're not going to do it. So why? And after a while, the person's going to be like, okay, yeah, you'll figure it out. You ain't going to see that person that much. Now, another thing that you can do is treat the person out somewhere. Show them some appreciation because you genuinely are coming from a space that you want to learn more. So it doesn't have to be an expensive dinner. For me, hey, I like smoothies. I treat you out to a smoothie or whatever, or something that they like. They may like coffee. I may say, hey, let me take you out for coffee sometime. I'm going to get a water, but let me take you out for coffee sometime. That shows, hey, I really want to learn what you have. And I'm willing to show my appreciation by taking you out because you don't have to you really do not have to take your time out to help me. But because you are, I want to show my appreciation by doing something, treating them, get them a gift, whatever. Another thing is if you know something that can help them, run it by them. Now, because some people may say, well, I don't have the money right now. Or, I'm working on just that listening part. But there's something that you can simply suggest if a honest suggestion. Maybe if the person's just saying, as you're talking with them, as you build conversation, they may say, hey, I'm working on building a fundraiser up for animals in Arizona, right? Totally random. But, you may say, oh, really? Okay. That's interesting that you say that because I know actually a few people who just started a fundraiser maybe a few months ago. And they actually but it was actually very successful and they got more money than they asked for. And I think, if I can connect you with them, you may get a few pointers and they, may be able to save you some time on a few stuff. Boom. You just helped the person out. You added some value to them. So now it's like the person's like, okay. Yeah, okay. Like, thank you. You actually are trying to help me. Like they feel that they want to associate now more with you because you've helped them and vice versa. You're trying to get things from them so they can help you. It's a win-win. So just be aware of that part. Add value to the people instead of just taking, Now, part 4 is let that power of association take over. And what I mean by this is you'll notice just by having a simple convo with someone that you're associating with that you're more productive, maybe inspired. You have a lot of ideas, new thoughts start to develop. You start to experience growth in different areas of your life, etc. That's that power of association right there. Just a few personal examples with me is I was talking with a good friend of mine by the name of Darius, and he moved, and I was sharing with him just the space I was in at the time that I was talking with him. I was just trying to figure things out, just with my life, and I just wanted to grow in more areas. And so after speaking with him, he was just telling me, dude, you're doing something different. Like it was related to the podcast too. He was saying, why don't you, look at top people in the field that you're in, look at what they're doing or get pointers from them or different things like that. And I was like, I didn't think of that. You would think that I would have thought of it. I did not, because I was so into the other stuff that I was doing. He was just saying, yeah, dude, look into that. And, that should help you out. He's like, you know how to research these things. I was like, okay. Story short, guys. After that talk, the next day I meditated on it and things like that. That meditation led me to discover there's actually a huge podcast conference. That's actually happening next week, and I'm super excited for it. But I would have not found that if my friend didn't suggest, maybe look up a person, and all of that research, which wasn't that much, led to this conference. Booked the ticket, whatnot, all the stuff. I'm prepared. I'm going to go. That helped me dramatically in the area, that I was in. Another example is talking with a friend of mine. And as we talked, we were just bouncing things off of each other, stuff that we need to work on. And it just, made me think, let me just actually stop and fix one thing that I need to work on instead of being overwhelmed with all the things I need to work on. Because we have those moments, guys, where we're like, I just really need to get my stuff together, and instead of just saying my stuff, let's just say there's one thing, I'm willing to work on right now. That's part of all the stuff you need to work on. So it gave me that idea, that thought to, let me just pick one thing. And so for me, I always say, if you are close with me, you will know I will always say, well, not anymore, but I used to always say, math is not my strong suit. I know when it comes to math, I would say my brain just shuts down. It just doesn't work. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to work on that. I made a decision to do that. And I got a book on like accounting and there's something else. And of course I was on YouTube, and I made a decision before too, which is interesting. And I'm talking about how all this stuff comes together after talking with some friends. I made a decision just to kind of just keep watching some more positive stuff. Or motivational stuff. I don't care for motivation, but I just know behind it is just like good things that'll trigger thoughts. And what led to me discovering was there's an ad that, I usually skip them, but this ad was talking about math and improvements. And I was like, what? Let me not skip this. And it led to an app called Elevate. Got the app, and it's helping me in math, reading, writing, speaking, in a bunch of different areas. I was just like, whoa. This is okay. And I've been doing that, every day. And it's dramatically have been helping that I've learned that I wasn't bad in math. I just didn't know the tricks to make it happen. And reading has always been my strong suit. And since playing this app, my math has increased to advanced math. And it's actually like right behind my reading, where I would thought it was going to be dead last. I'm just like, look at this. I'm not that dumb. Like, I got this. I'm smart. Okay. I just needed to sit my behind down and like learn. Here we are. Okay. Growth, So that is just simple examples, guys. When it comes with just associated with different people, that led to a bunch of different thoughts, which led to a bunch of different things that happen or opportunities, and I acted on them. So boom, that's another thing. Act on the opportunities that come to you. Things don't happen by just, random. Anyways, so that's really just the power of that association. Those people you talk with, they just boom, things just start to grow. Things start to click. You have different ideas. Now, the fifth part, and this is where I say, I don't think I have heard anybody talk about this. I haven't witnessed it or seen it on any videos. But the fifth part is, now that you have this power of association, flowing for you, what you need to do is guard it. And from who, right? Here's a few things. You need to guard it from people who are who waste your time and they're not adding value to what you're doing. Well, duh, Thad, of course. But people hear that, but they still do it because why? It's a habit, and it's it could be friends. There's personal connections that we have. Really good friends. They helped us out. We love them, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of emotional things that come with, certain people, and we feel a certain way. We think, oh my gosh, am I being fake? Or, oh my gosh, am I being this? Let's just be honest. We have those thoughts, but this is where we kind of have to, put on our big boy and big girl pants, tighten those belts up, straighten it out a little bit, and really look at the people we associate with currently. Now, you hear this, they say the people that you're around, they blah, 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 blah. They may be holding you back, or, we hear that, but we don't want to get on that because that hurts. That hurts our feelings a little bit for some of us, and we don't want to come off like this because, man, you don't understand, bro. Like, this friend of mine's helped me out when I ain't have nothing. Yeah, they negative, they kind of talked me down a little bit, but bro, they're like family. I hear you. But, that's good. Yes, he helped you out. And we're not telling you need to don't be friends with him anymore. What we're saying is you need to really channel your association in some different areas. He's family, but you can limit your time with that family. Now, when I say, guard it from those people, you have to guard your time. And like I just said, you need to limit your time. If you're used to spending 8 hours with this particular person that's wasting your time, then you need to limit that to 2 hours. Whatever works for you in your schedule. The goal is just to limit it by a certain amount. And you don't have to stop to talk to this person. Now, if it gets to that point and you need to, then by all means. But if this person is honestly not helping you, you need to limit that time. Examples of that is there's a couple of people there's a lot of people who will hit me up and say, hey, we got to hang out and do this and do that. But I know we're not on the same wave of things right now. And also my intuition be telling me stuff too. Got to pay attention to that intuition. And it'll say, hey, nah, I'll feel it. I know if I hang out with this person, all we're going to do is talk, or they're going to tell me their problems, or it's just going to be a whole negative, conversation, or I'm going to be like a complete therapist to them. And it's just like, dang, that's kind of wasting my time. Like these 2 hours, I could have put that into talking with this particular person or doing this for my podcast or whatever business or whatever it is. If you know these things, say, hey, bro, dude, that sounds great, but I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now, which you are. You getting your life together. You getting some stuff. You reevaluating some things. These are important. It's not just the physical stuff. It's like you may need to sit down and take time to reflect and get your stuff together. So you are doing stuff. Be aware and let them know, hey, man, I'm doing some stuff right now. I can't really hang out at the moment. However you got to word it. But when I get free time, by all means, let's do it. Now, there may be some cool things. Some people may not be negative. Let me say that. Some of your friends may not be negative. It's just that the things or the activities that they want to do is not really going to serve you right now. So what I mean is your friend actually may be like, he's good, but he may be, hey, bro, let's go out here, or let's go skydiving. Let's go to this place, or hey, let's go travel. But you can't afford to do that right now. Now, what I mean by that is not that your funds are limited, but that money that you could put into that trip, you may need to invest that in something that's going to help you to get better and get you to that vision or whatever it is that you need for yourself. So you got to be aware of that as well. And there's different ways to guard yourself from that. So you just have to take the initiative and just limit that time. So that's just what I mean by that. I'm not going to go too much or too deep in that. You get to the point. Just guard your time. And also, too, for those people who are not adding value to you, don't be afraid to, cut the time short with them. Let me say that. Now, another thing is you want to guard it from time wasters. And I don't mean people. I mean anything that wastes your time and takes away from what you're trying to accomplish. You know, some of us may want to go out and have that drink with that friend because work was crazy and we just need some type of outlet, because if we don't have that outlet, someone's gonna get sliced, you know, and we don't want to do that. So we're gonna go down with our friends in City Place and we're gonna have a good time because I deserve it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have this drink. Or you could, you know what? I'm frustrated because work is bothering me, blah, blah, blah. But what am I doing? What am I doing to get out of my work situation? Let me, instead of going to the club to release that outlet from work that I'm going to redo the next week, let me put some of that time into figuring out what I need to do to get out of this situation that I'm in, so I don't have to experience it, so I don't have to go through this feeling. Let's do that. You know, let's invest my time. You know, that's something. Another thing is just, you know, again, there's maybe something that you currently are putting all of your money into. It could be a gambling thing. It could be a habit of something of yours, or a hobby that's really not helping you. And you may need to really reevaluate that. And if that's currently wasting your time, or, you know, from something that you're trying to achieve, it's okay to put that on pause and save some of that money. Now, guys, I'm not telling you to have a boring life, and I'm not telling you to just destroy everything that may be fun for you. What I'm saying is, if it's wasting your time from something that you're trying to achieve, it can be put on hold or you can stop it. So just be aware of that. And then the last part of this, part 5, is you need to guard the people you associate with. I don't ever hear this in anything I've heard when it comes to success stuff, motivation, blah, blah, blah. I haven't heard this personally. And this is just something that I have come to develop on my own. I am all about guarding the people who I associate with, because, you know, other people may see, oh man, you know, you're growing, or this, that, and the other. I want to do that, or this, whatever it could be. And they may be, you know, genuinely, they may want to grow. But before I let you know, or before I get you in the same room as someone that I'm associating with, I need to make sure you're serious. You know, for me, I have filters before you can just associate with the people that I associate with. That's just me. And I just feel as though if your life is really getting better with the people that you are choosing to associate with, then you want to guard that. You know, you really want to protect that. You don't want just anybody to come in there and just mess up the energy that you guys have been building or creating, because that's messing you up. That's messing that person's time up, your time. That's unnecessary emotional stuff that you could have completely avoided if you would have just guarded the people that you associate with. Now, here's some examples. I have had some people, you know, they would talk to me about just business, and they would say, you know, hey, bro, I want to build some type of website or things like that. And I'm just like, okay, you know, well, what is the website going to be about? Well, I don't know yet. You know, I'm thinking it's going to be something. I'm like, okay, well, you might want to figure that out first, because the people that I associate with, guys, they are very, okay, you need to have it. You need to have all these questions. I'm going to need them like ready. You need to know specifically. You need to be focused. I can't just have you around these people and it's just like, okay, you don't even know what you want. This is wasting my time, bro. Like, you haven't really decided this. Yes, you want this, but you haven't done anything about it yet. You haven't written down. You haven't gotten this defined. So I know the people that I'm with, and I have to guard them from that. You know, there may be a friend of mine who's really good. Like, for example, there's a business partner of mine. She's been awesome. She's been the one that's been helping with the shirts and whatnot. And I've had different people ask me about other different things when it comes to the shirts, or different things that she can do. And I asked them, okay, well, what is it that you're doing? What do you want? What colors are you thinking? What designs, you know? Because I'm trying to save this person time. I'm trying to make sure like, if I connect you with her, you need to know what she's trying to do, because this lady is very busy. She cannot sit here and try to help you get all of this together. There's something that you need to do, and you need to guard that, really, guys. Like, that's important, and it's okay to do that. And you will find that the person or the people that you associate with will gladly and highly respect you and thank you for doing that. Because what you do when you do that, you are in fact guarding yourself, and then also the other person will do the same when it comes to you. Like, hey bro, I know somebody who wants to talk to you about so and so, but I had to ask them a few questions and they seemed like they wasn't serious, so I didn't waste my time with it. And I would say thank you bro, because I don't got time for that. So really guard your people. I know that was like a bunch of that kind of went a bit everywhere, but you get the point. Guard the people you associate with. So with that being said, you guys, that is really it on this podcast. I just really feel as though if you are really learning how to connect with people, and this is something that is part of connecting with people, is the association. There's just a few things, to be aware of. I feel like this will help you out. And also, again, guarding those people. So with that being said, guys, I will talk to you all very soon. I'm super excited. I really cannot wait for this podcast conference that's coming up, because I cannot wait to give you guys more content and different things. So be on the lookout for that and the updates as well. And also for some of you guys who are on the Apple podcast, if you don't mind, could you please leave a rating and review, only because I can only see a percentage of you guys who listen to the podcast, but it doesn't really show me the statistics too much on there. And it'll greatly help me out if I can see those who listen and whatnot. So I kind of get a range over here, because I can only get it from one half. So if you guys can just do that for me, that will be superb, and I will greatly appreciate you. So that being said, guys, that's it. I will talk to you all soon. Have a fantastic evening. And again, may all the things that you are that you are striving to get, that you have been praying for, asking for, meditating over, I hope everything comes to you. I hope this is a very fantastic week for you. I pray that you get everything that you need as well. So that being said, talk to you later, guys.